the new threat. Author's note: this story takes place a little after the Ratchet and Clank 3. In the crowded city of Metropolis, a celebration of the Galactic Rangers with the aid of Ratchet and Clank defeated the Overdoctor Nefarious was held, but it was short. The robotic troopers who served Nefarious were being mass-produced somewhere in the galaxy and posed a big threat to the people of the Solana. The news were on and informed the public that the Trooper Army have taken several planets and uses them for base and factories. The people of Metropolis didn't really listen to the stuff of it, but one individual listened. Jesper were a human, not a race you much see in this galaxy. He lives in a crowded city, hoping he could make a difference like Ratchet and Clank. But Lady Luck weren't on his side lately. A gang have been harassing him lately, and if it weren't for his N60 Storm, he might not be alive. Jesper saw himself a good shot with weapons, but his favorite was his N60. It's small and has a okay rate of fire. He went into the local bar to try and celebrate the victory before the invasion of the Trooper Army. Well, look who we have here, said a rude voice. Jesper knew it was trouble and turned around to face Scott, a blog who ran the gang who harassed people like Jesper. What you want, Scott? Jesper asked, annoyed that he was here. Just want to celebrate and have some fun, of course, Scott said, trying to sound innocent. But Jesper didn't want to be around anymore, and he made his descent outside. He walked for a bit and noticed he had been followed. He then turns around, seeing that Scott's gang were after him. The leader weren't in the group since he'd rather wanna be at the bar instead. The guys who followed him were 5 other blogs who had the blasters ready to fire. Jesper saw that this time there were no escape and had to try and shoot his way out. And in a second, Jesper rolled over to a nearby hovercar for cover and pulls out his N60. Come on, boys, let's finish him, yelled one of the blogs as they non-stop fired at him. Jesper managed to crouch walk around the car and peek out to see where they are. He sees that they didn't notice him, and he began to fire at them. He managed to kill 2 of them by giving both of them 5 shots each on the torso area. "Oh, you are gonna pay for that!" yelled one of them. The last 3 ran up to him and quickly cornered him at a wall with his back first. "Not so tough, ain't ya?" said one of them. "Just go to hell," Jesper told him. They all raised their blasters at Jesper, but one of them fell to the ground. "What the?" one of them said, kneeling down to his friend, but soon realized his friend was headshotted with a flux rifle. "Oh no, not him," he said, but was also headshotted. The last one was eventually shot by Jesper in distraction. Jesper sighed and saw the shooter from a distance and walked over to him. The figure had a Inferno armor on and a helmet covering his entire head. Jesper didn't know to pull up his gun or not, so he decided to holster it to show that he does not have hostile intentions. "That's a good aim you've got there," the man in the Inferno armor said. "Thanks for saving me back there," Jesper admitted. "Seems no matter what, people are still douchebags even when their lives were probably saved, he said, looking at the bodies. Jasper nodded in agreement. You're a pretty good shot. How would you like to join the Rangers? The man offered. That confused him. How can a man in a well-made armor offering you a position in the army whose primary soldiers are robots? But he also wanted to do more than just sit around in Metropolis while the fighting is going on somewhere else. Sure, Jasper said, confident. Great, said the man and returned to his fighter. Before they seated, Jasper was determinate who the person was under the helmet. Hey, before we go, who are you? Jasper asked. The man then unhooked his helmet and took it off. The person was one that Jasper didn't expect it to meet. Ratchet? What are you doing here in Metropolis? Jasper asked, confused. I was observing how some of the public reacted to the victory over Nefarious and the news about the Trooper Army, Ratchet informed him. Jasper just nodded and took a seat in Ratchet's fighter. Hey, where's Clank? He asked. Oh, he is aboard the starship. He operates as an observer on my missions now, giving me details and tips, Ratchet told him, and closing the ship and takes off. Author's note. Okay, if anybody is reading this, I think I will accept one OC, but it's got to have some things that it requires. First off, the species is human and female. Weapons has to be one from the third game, but you decide what level it is, just for the look of the weapons, and you can have 3 weapons. Armor, same as the weapons, except the level. Appearance, hair, eyes, body. Fighting style, short range, mid-range, or long-range fighter. Personality, how they are acting around their crush. That Y is female. Hope I can get through with this story and hope for some good apps.